I talked about this the other day, where the majority of the videos that I've done on the channel, it's mostly like we're watching, or you guys are watching TV, where there's not much discussion for you guys. There's not much interaction. It's mostly like you put on the video and then here you go. You guys are interacting and you guys are in the video as far as the chat on the screen. It's just more community building. I can say when I was signed to Armada a year and a half ago at this point or whatever, that's when my stream was doing the best, because what I did is I capitalized on the hype and we were just talking to each other like this. All we did was talk. And I was having anywhere from like 50 to 60 viewers in the stream. And it's like, wow, I might actually hit partner just from like chilling and talking. So have I been trolling myself all this time with regards to struggling on YouTube, putting out top tier content for basically nobody, when I could have just been talking to you guys and building up a community and actually building a connection and building some depth with my viewers instead? Because people want that human connection. They want that level of attention that a live stream gives versus YouTube. Nothing wrong with YouTube, but as far as a live stream, it was almost like YouTube 2.0, at least my streams, because when I was coaching or when I am coaching, I don't talk to anybody. How did Armada disband? Oh, bro. You want to know how Armada disbanded? They disbanded because they are fucking terrible business people, bro. Tremendously terrible. They just fell apart. They legit just fell apart because they didn't know how to manage and handle the talent that they actually had. They didn't really pay anybody to do fucking anything. They had world-class content creators on their team, such as myself and Frenzy Light, and they didn't interact with us. There was zero community, and no one did anything. And that's the thing. Like with regards to content creation or being a content creator at all, your content is one, but right next to your content is your community. That's it. Obviously, without content, you're not a content creator. You're just nothing. You're not doing it, right? If you put out a video once every 3.5 months, you are not a content creator. But also, if you don't take care of your community, if you don't do stuff with your Discord, if you don't talk to your own team, if you don't hang out with them in voice chat, if you don't do any of these things, your community now says, well, not that this person's a bad person, but they just don't care about what I'm doing, so why should I care about what they're doing? And then they just kind of disband. They just kind of go their own way. Armada could have so easily been saved, but like that's the thing. Even the community didn't really give a shit about them as far as like other players and stuff. They only cared a little bit about the reputation of the name of Armada. That's basically it. But to be part of Armada didn't really take much or really even mean much for a lot of people. It's like, oh, you're part of Armada? What does that mean? It's like, really nothing. Like me being part of Armada, they didn't do anything for me. I actually didn't get a single thing for free for being part of Armada. All I got was the clout, and that's it. It's like, well, I don't really fucking want that. What I want is someone that's going to help me edit videos, or someone who's going to be a part of my team so I can actually work with other content creators or pro players to just like build this brand. And that never ever happened. That's totally fine, bro. I mean, if you can get Armada to send missiles at my house, then you can get them to do more than I got them to do, because they wouldn't do fuck all, bro. Like, the fact that they had 20,000 plus followers on Twitter and didn't post, and then eventually there's a player named Vazzy, who's a good guy. He's like, yo, let me step up and help you guys, because you aren't doing anything with your huge following and reputation. Like, what's going on here? And he stepped up and started doing stuff with Twitter. It's like, oh, wow. You mean these 20,000 followers are real people and they actually interact with our shit? It's like, yeah, all you have to do is post. What? Like their YouTube channel, they have like 2,000 followers or 2,000 subs on their YouTube channel. It's like, how? How is this a thing? How do you have 2,000 followers on YouTube? And then there's people like, yeah, we'll say like Liquid or TSM or Panda or whoever. It's like they have hundreds of thousands of followers or subs across all their platforms. It's like because they're actually active and because they have somebody in charge that's making their pro players do stuff. I don't really think that the pro players need to be pushed, but the pro players, I'm sure, are told, okay, today you guys are going to get together and you do a video on the Panda channel. What you do on your own channels, do whatever you want. But on the Panda channel, you have to do this. Or HBox, you have to do this. I'm sure HBox does not have to be pushed by anybody to do what he does. He's a tremendous worker on his own, and he's already built a massive community on his own. So as a business person, he doesn't need that kick in the ass. But on Armada, as the content creators, we're saying to Armada, like, can we like make a team of people and like do content together and stuff? And like, yeah, sure, if you want to. So what do you mean if you want to? We're trying to do branding and marketing for you and you don't care. It was a little bit fucking wild to me that was how that actually was. End of the day, if that is what it is. Like I said, it was poor business decisions on their part. They didn't recognize the amount of talent that they had on the team. Like there's like not even like to say like myself or Frenzy Light were like the best or most special people on the team. Not even close. We had Elegant on the team, pre-patch Elegant on the team, if I can say that. We had Karama or Prodigy on the team. We had Syrup on the team. Best Ness on the team. Fucking Banana Boy on the team. Like actual pro players and actual content creators, and no one did anything. That's it. No one did anything. Yeah, yo. Of course. That's another thing too, bro. Like one of the other reasons why I don't really fuck with the scene like that heavy is like you turn around every single day and somebody has done something in the scene where it's like, oh, okay, well, let me just like be less of a part of this, because you never know who the fuck is doing some weird shit, bro. And like for myself, when I came into the scene in the first place, I came in extremely late and I didn't really know anybody. I don't have a history with a single pro player at all. I don't know anybody, literally. So when people start just doing crazy shit and popping off, it's like, bro, what the hell? I don't want to be part of this. Like, I don't have hatred towards anybody, but if it's like, oh, you say this person's name, now you're a bad person, it's like, okay, the Smash seems miles too sensitive for me, bro. I can't be here if that's how we're gonna start crying about fucking everything. If that's how it's gonna be, then I'd much rather be in the COD community, not so I can be a belligerent fuck, but just so that if people do crazy shit, the rest of the viewers or the community, they have a bit of a backbone or a spine and they're not going to start crying about everything. Unfortunately, that's how a lot of the Smash scene is. A lot of people complain about the Smash scene, like Smash Twitter, and everyone being an actual baby with regards to Smash Twitter. It's like, but you stay here and you interact on Twitter and you argue with people on Twitter and you want to fight everybody. So the people that you despise and look down on, you are also one of those people as well. I understand fucking around and trolling. I understand that to an extent, but how do you have time in the day to do that? I don't have time in the day to troll Twitter just to do it. I guess it's also part of being a content creator or being a business person, is being too busy to just fuck around. So when things start to go south and I'm not interested in entertaining that or being a part of that, or even adding fuel to the fire in that regard, then no, I'm just gonna do something else. Like when people started to pop off about Zero's tweet, it's like, I don't even know what it is. I hadn't even checked Twitter. No, honestly, I didn't even follow him. I did not know anything that was going on with Zero as far as post-allegation shit. The only thing I know from him was what he said on YouTube. That's it. Then he made some joke about some like banned tournament that was clearly a joke, and everyone lost their fucking minds. And it's like, you know what? Here's the thing. This is how much power he has over people's minds in a hilarious way. He put out something and everyone started freaking the fuck out. He's like, he knows he's not part of the Smash scene, and he knows that there's nothing that they can do about him saying that, but people lost their minds. It's like, you don't have to agree with it, you don't have to like the joke, you can say it was distasteful, whatever you want. You can be mad at him if you want to, I guess. But at the end of the day, are you really gonna let another person that you've never met on the other side of the world, or the other side of the country, control your emotions and make you lose sleep at night? And as they say, live rent-free in your mind. It's like, if it's that easy for someone to do that, then you have to figure out your life. You have to try and get more things to fill out your day. And so that's the biggest thing too, is everyone in Smash, like, think about how much people love the word cancel. Whether it's cancel culture, cancel this person, fucking attack cancel. Like, bro, everyone wants to know how to cancel everything. So it's like, nah, bro. The point of meta of Smash is basically to be anti-cancel. Not anti-cancel culture specifically, but anti-cancel even in the game, where it's like, oh, this is impossible to beat, let's just fucking ban this thing. It's like, no, why not just get better at the game? Meta of Smash is literally like, learn how to deal with everything. We don't complain about shit, we try to overcome it. That's it. But a lot of what is instilled in the Smash scene is, this is impossible, ban. Like, bruh, we had at one point, ban Hero, ban Steve, ban Min Min, ban Kazuya. Like, every single character that's even the slightest bit different, or even the slightest bit of a matchup curve that someone has to learn and adapt to, it's like, yo, fuck this. Ban this immediately, because I don't want to be a smarter human being. I don't want to have to grow at all, ever. That's just how people are in the Smash scene. And it's like, nah, like, I'm not interested in that. I don't want to be a babysitter to that, and I also don't want to be on board with that. If you notice in my coaching, if you ever watch videos, from time to time people will bring things up and I will say, I don't like to camp, I don't like being camped, I don't like corny play. But when it comes time to compete, all bets are off. You can play literally however you want. I have no problem getting camped or whatever. It's like, if you have to play a certain way to win, then that's what you have to do, right? I will never say, oh, like, yeah, you could camp against this person and it would work, but like, that's super lame, so like, don't do that. It's like, what do you mean lame? Smash is lame. What do you mean? The number one way to win basically any matchup is don't play. Like, just run away, camp into oblivion. Most characters play so much better when you just don't fight. Sonic, Game & Watch, Snake, Sheik, Like, come on, bro. The amount of characters where it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna not fight you. Figure it out. Jigglypuff, same thing. Goodbye. 1, 2, 3, no. I'm not fighting. This is how it is. So if this is how the game is not necessarily designed on purpose, but by default, that's just how it is. People pick these characters and then say, oh, how do I beat Sonic who won't fight me? By the way, I play Ganon. It's like, you don't. Like, get smarter, bro. Don't do this to yourself. It's like, no, I have to. Unfortunately for you, I have to do this to myself. All right, live your best dream. I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna say thank you.
What do you mean by that?
I'm gonna say thank you. Yeah, guys, I'm just popping off. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry at all. The community doesn't match my maturity 100%. I was going to say that's another big thing, too, with regards to my content, is I don't put out content that the average 13-year-old wants to watch, as far as in crazy explosions and memes and fart sound effects and all this crazy shit. Like, I don't really do that. My content is much more discussion-based, and the average of my viewership is anywhere from, like, the youngest person, on average, is around, like, 23, 24. And I have viewers all the way up to like 40. So 23 to 40, that's not really the Smash scene, if you think about it. The Smash scene is typically 15 to like 22, 23. And I'm saying on average. The average person that watches my stuff. Yeah. And Mabel, you said you're 22? You don't watch my shit, bro. You never come to my chat. Oh, what is this? And that's what I said. The bulk of my viewership is in that range. There, of course, there's people. I've coached people that are very, very young, and I've coached people that are very, very not young. Without getting canceled, I'm gonna say old. I'm sorry. Old ass people, bro. I've coached some people that are much older as well, but the average person that I coach, even then, it's like anywhere from 23-ish, 24. To like 35, 36, in that range. My oldest student I've ever coached, I don't know, I've coached 2 people that are over 40. I've coached 2 people that are over 40. I've also coached people, I coached a little boy once, he was 11. I coached another kid that was 13. I coached a girl that was 16, I think. And yeah, so I've coached people that are that young, and I've coached people that are that old as well. Why is age a thing in Smash but not in other games? Is because of nostalgia, bro. The only reason why anybody old plays Smash is because they grew up with these games. That's it. Why do grown men like Pikachu? Why do grown men like Zelda or Mario or Donkey Kong? It's like because at one point they weren't grown men. They were little kids sitting at the edge of their mom's bed playing games and not doing their homework on Super Nintendo. That's who they were at one point. And then you grow up. Bro, I remember playing Ocarina of Time being so young that I could barely read. I was so young that I could barely read when that shit came out, bro. That's how young I was when I played Zelda. And now, I can still barely read, but I still play the game anyways. No, I didn't say that. That's not true. I don't play the game anymore. A lot of people, they still love these games since the beginning of time. Like, think about, bro, most people that like Pokemon played Pokemon on Game Boy Color, or their first interaction with Pokemon was Pokemon cards before they were rare, before they were worth anything, before people were trading them for money, like hundreds of thousands of dollars, like Logan Paul and shit. People, like, that was, like, for me, my first real interaction with Pokemon was getting Pokemon cards, going to a variety store, like asking or begging my parents to give me $10 or however much money it was to go get a pack of Pokemon cards, walking super fucking far to go get it, come all the way home, open them up, and then just put them into a binder. That's it. That was Pokemon for myself, right? And a lot of people as well too. So it's like when you play these characters or you look at this game, it's like you see a lot of people that were enthralled with this stuff. They loved being able to revisit their childhood and listening to the music in the game. Think about the music from Zelda or Donkey Kong or Mario, all these things that just bring you all the way back. And then there's also kids nowadays that are much younger who are just getting into it because the game's funny, or the game is colorful, or the game is actually maybe even pushed onto them from their parents because it's a kid-friendly game and they don't want their kids playing GTA, or they don't want their kids playing Call of Duty, or they don't want their kids playing Mortal Kombat. So you're going to play Smash because it's cartoony and funny and there's no blood and no one actually dies. So that's what you're gonna play, and then people start to just play it, and that's just what it is, right? Like that's the majority of parents, or the majority of kids that get into Smash at a very young age. They play it because their parents bought it for them because their parents didn't want to buy them that other shit. That's basically it. Yeah, Luigi dies. I take it all back, bro. Luigi died, but he was a ghost and he was chilling, bro. He was a chilling ghost. I think that's one of the things too, is like the Smash scene is tremendously coddled in that regard, where it's like anything they don't like, they just make a huge fuss about it online, but then sometimes things actually change. Why don't we play on Unova? Because in the first week, nobody knew how to fucking recover with Palu, and now we don't play on Unova. Okay, bro, you can still die on any stage in the same way with your teleport recovery, but we don't ban every fucking stage. It's like, no, Unova is fat and ugly, and I hate it. So it's gonna have to leave forever. I'm being real this time? Bro, I'm real every time. Actually, you know what? I'm not real every time. If I was real every time, actually, you know what? I don't even know if people would like it more or not. It would appear that people would like it more. That's one of those things too. Like for me, like I've put out videos and shit like I have for however long because I've felt like there hasn't really been a place for any sort of conversation like this on the channel, just for me personally. But now that we're at the threshold or the end of the game with regards to Smash, of course the game is going to continue on to be played. But as far as, like I said, the golden era of Smash, it's done. The DLC is done. The updates are done. There's no more things coming to the game. That's it. If I was to just like midway through half of the like pack, Challenger Pack 2, for example, if I just like, kind of said, okay, now we're going to do this instead, people are like, what? Why? We still have so much more of the game to go through. But now at this point, it's like the game's kind of done. People still want to hear good advice. They still want to hear like a podcast type of video or audio or whatever type of medium in general. So I can still provide that. But like I said, I don't want to cater to little kids and I don't want to put out little kid content. Like a lot of people have said that I am very funny when I do want to be funny on stream. And I can agree with that. But I also don't want to just put out videos of like fucking around and playing an Elite Smash and mashing and screaming and just putting all kinds of shit like that. Personally, I'm not interested in that. If I want to do it from time to time because I'm just in the mood, then sure, but I'm not going to try and make a living off of that type of content. I'd much rather be serious or more mature or more in-depth like I have been with my coaching sessions and even do that type of stuff on another game. If that's where it's actually more suited, that's where people are more comfortable watching it or that's where they appreciate it more. I don't know if the new game is going to be out in 4 years or whatever. I heard people saying HBox is making a prediction it's going to be like 4 or 5 years. And if that's the case, then I'm definitely out, bro. Like, if that's the case, even the players that are top players in Smash, it's like, do you really, really, really want to watch this game for 5 more years to a point where actually everyone plays Steve? Like, everyone plays Steve. You got MKLeo, Tweak, Spargo, Gluttony, fucking everybody on Earth playing Steve. Just because. It's like, nah, I'm good, bro. Yeah, bro. I will say that if a new Smash does come out, and let's say it has rollback and all this great shit, then maybe I will play. Or maybe I'll do more stuff. Tricks COD? No, it won't be called Tricks COD, bro. Like I said, the COD channel is going to be a different channel. And then the Smash channel eventually is going to just be my name. I'm just going to call it whatever I am. COD community explodes in 6 years. Bro, if I'm in the COD community for 6 years starting today, I will most definitely have made it by then, bro. I won't even care. Every single game that any content creator plays is realistically just a stepping stone or a springboard into something else. If I was to play Smash for as long as I did and I go over to COD and I play that for fucking 6 years for whatever reason, and then I'm just a influencer who can go on fucking just chatting and pull in 60,000 plus views or whatever it is, or I can start a business doing something else, or I have my own brand, or I'm doing music or anything like that, if that's what it is, then who cares? Every game on Earth can die at that point. I don't even care. If I'm doing music and I have a clothing line, why do I care about games? I don't. Honestly, Street Legal, this is the whole reason why we're having this conversation in the first place, is because of the new COD. Even the production value within COD videos is so much lower than in Smash. In COD, it's mostly streams that are just cut up, and those are the prime types of videos for COD. In Smash, the prime types of videos are basically movies. Think about like the Art of series from Iza, or anything that I've done, like the guides that I've done for like Pyramithra, or the Sora guide that I did. Like that is what is expected as top level content creation for Smash. For COD, it's like, oh, I had a good game, video, 50,000 views. Oh, I had some crazy good trick shots, or I had like some really good jump spots in this one video, in this one area of the map or whatever. Insane amount of views. I'm gonna do a tutorial on how to slide cancel, or on how to fight using doors, or how to fight around ladders, or how to fight from like advantage points, or using certain weapons. And it literally has a webcam in the corner, and it isn't really even edited, and there's no script, and people are kind of just talking. 70,000 views. 100,000 views. Because, once again, the audience is older. And they don't have to have flipping keys jingled in front of their face to stay on task, or to stay focused, or to stay interested in the content. Realistically, a lot of people that lose interest, it's extremely fast in the Smash community, is because, like, the reason why that happens is because a lot of these players are so young. They just don't care. They don't care long enough to have an actual deep discussion. They don't care long enough to actually hear somebody out that can actually mold their mind for the better with regards to playing a game that they actually care about getting better at. So I want to be better at this game, but I don't want to try. I want to get good at combos, but I don't want to go to the training room. I want to learn a matchup, but I don't want to look up frame data. That's the Smash community. There's a small amount of people that do those things, but like I said, it's a small amount of people. Most people don't give a fuck. Most people just play and play and play and play until they think that they're good. Then they go to a tournament, they get the shit slapped out of them, and they say, fuck this. That's basically it, bro. And it's not like it's not only the Smash community. A lot of people do that in a lot of different things, but the Smash community does that like on expert mode. And there's also a way smaller amount of people that actually are in the scene comparatively.